Oh man, so to you anime only watchers of Fairy Tail, did you know there's a version of Fairy Tail lookalikes that exist that's not Edalist? And some of these lookalikes are crazy, trust me, stick around. Alright, so it all begins when Natsu and friends are looking for a dragon god in another continent called Jiltena, that's the name of the continent. So the group is traveling when Urza gets bombarded by a crowd of people wanting her autograph, calling her Urxis. Obviously they have the wrong person, but the real Urxis appears behind them a moment later, who looks exactly like Urza, but with glasses, and she brings everyone along with her to her guild called Fairy Nail. That's gotta be some kind of lawsuit, right? Come on. This is a celebrity guild though, where all kinds of celebrities are located in Jiltena. Next doppelganger we see is Natsu named Nak, who's apparently the biggest star here, and this lookalike of Natsu appears to have a shitty, bossy personality, who also has a manager who answers to his needs, which is the lookalike of Lucy, named Lucia. This is definitely Natsu's counterpart with how he treats the people around them. But before we make any judgments of how he treats Lucia, just know it's not what it seems, and it blew me the fuck away when I read it too. It may seem like he's a complete asshole to Lucia for no reason at all, but there's a twist to the relationship. Towards the end of the chapter, Lucy gets angry after seeing Nak yell at Lucia some more, and overhears him saying he's gonna punish her as he drags her to another room. Lucy's ready to throw hands. It's like he's bossing herself around for no reason, and she's trying to defend this poor girl. So she walks into the room where the two are at, only for a moment later to walk out flustered, wishing she never walked in there in the first place, because the two just dives into, let's say, Pound Town. Urxis tried to warn Lucy before she stormed in, but it was too late, and admits it's a thing that the two does in the guild, inappropriate things. Mashima, stop teasing the Nalu fandom and deliver already, man. Pervert. Let's see some other lookalikes though, because we're not done. Let me introduce you to Glenn, the lookalike of Gray, who's honestly not off from the Gray we know. Glenn is what Gray would be if he wasn't a wizard with the amount of times he strips. Yeah, Glenn is literally a stripper who specializes in pole dancing. And then Gray has the nerve to be embarrassed after hearing that, as if this motherfucker doesn't do this on a daily for free, minus the pole dancing, of course. Then we get to Juvia, or should I say Juvina, who's a topless dancer and is also in a relationship with Gray's counterpart, but also decides to go on a date with Gray a chapter later, but that's another story for another day. Wendell, who is Wendy's counterpart, isn't too odd to be honest. They're just a child prodigy who's good at acting. I guess she can change facial expressions really quick. But moving on, just when you think the cats, our own ex-seats, would be excluded, you become wrong, because Carla and Happy's doppelganger appears, and they do Happy dirty. Meet Charlotte, who has the appearance of Carla's human-like form, and she's holding on to her literal pet cat, Bappy. It's better than being called Crappy, I guess, right? Lily is here, and he's an ordinary cat with the same fucking scar on his face. Gagio and Levy are next, and they're not so different either, except that they're married and are named Gazelle and Lizzie, and these guys do comedy with Gagio making steel jokes. There's a couple more, so bear with me, but we also have Mina Jane and Lizala, who are models. This is exactly Mira, by the way. You can't tell me there's anything different for her at all. Elfman, who has embraced the Okama way. Lacris and his group, who are a rock band. Kara, the foot model. I hope they got an OnlyFans for feet out there for her to make some serious bread. And I don't even know if I can say this, but Loki, the corn star. There's a funny scene too where Wendy gets curious of what corn is, but Lucy quickly shuts that shit down. She's not about to explain that to Wendy. Oh, and I didn't even explain what Urza's doppelganger does. She's a stage actress who's having some difficulty getting into character for her next role, which I think is great because we all know Urza is a terrible actress. So having a counterpart that can actually act and is famous for it is pretty funny to me. Urza even tried to give Urxis some tips to stage acting and try to do something like twin magic on stage and let Urza take over. But as you can imagine, when Urza does take over for her, she gets booed off the stage. And yeah, those are her members. Which member did you like seeing the most, and who surprised you the most? Which ones did you wish to see or wish to see more fleshed out? Let me know in the comments below. And thanks for watching the video, guys. I appreciate it. Leave a like if you enjoyed it, and I'm gonna see you on the next one. More fairy tale videos coming on the way.